Lu Bu. This is the battle with Lu Bu from the Dynasty Warriors Origins demo, and I'm not a huge player of the series beforehand. I've dabbled in them here and there, but really, this demo is probably the most I've played any Dynasty Warriors game from what I can remember, despite owning a few of them on Steam and other consoles in the past as well. So this was hero mode. It took me many attempts to finally beat, Lu Bu. This is the first attempt where I've actually beat him. And I want to try and capture the time I win a battle against bosses like this, just for my own kind of recollection in the past when I retired, get old age, and I just want to relive how I used to play games. So this is the only victory that I had against him after many attempts. It was probably a couple of hours until about 2 o'clock in the morning playing this. I found even the campaign a little bit to get used to because I'm not super familiar with the game. It's not something I play regularly, and I found Yuan Shao kept dying, so I had to just restart from the beginning. Anyway, this guy, he packs a punch, he hits incredibly hard. From what I know, you're not supposed to really fight him in the main games. In the full games, you fight him later on. You normally run away from him. It's like a meme or something. But here, they've added him like a super boss, which I think is really cool. I actually overall enjoyed this demo. He is a super boss, so he hits hard, and you just basically need to recognize the patterns. What I liked about him, though, is a lot of his stuff is telegraphed, but, they can still catch you off guard. There's like a diving move that he does, or this lunge grab that he just did, which can still get you if you dodge a bit bad or a bit late, or don't dodge at all, right? And they, like I said, hit incredibly hard. Parry wise, I did attempt a few times in previous attempts, but I just couldn't nail it down, so I just kind of gave up afterwards and just thought, you know what, forget the parries, just do the dodges, because that's what's working for me. And then even the kind of other soldiers that I had, I just used them all up in the beginning because they were honestly distracting me. I felt more comfortable fighting him one-on-one, kind of like a typical character action game like Devil May Cry or something like that. So this is the diving attack that he does, that because it's got an area of effect behind him, it can actually catch you if you dodge or kind of you think you dodged it, but your dodge was not perfect, and it catches you and damages quite big as well. He's got this kind of arrow shooting stuff as well, which it took us a bit of time to get used to because he's got a slight delay for the third shot, but third shot tended to miss me anyway. The first two got me. If the first one got me, I was basically done. I was KO'd. I had to restart anyway. It really kind of breaks the flow of the fight for me if I did get hit and I even lived, but majority of the times I die from that. The wave attack that he's doing here, that was annoying. I knew it was coming, but I always end up getting hit by it. So, sometimes you get panicked and then you get distracted and you miss the last wave as well, so you end up dying again. So there's a lot of pattern recognition, a lot of repetitiveness of these kind of battles, and I liked it because it reminded me of a bit like the Kingdom Hearts extra bosses from, say, the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, for example, which still, I love those boss battles, right? I don't think they're cheap because you can do them without resorting to cheap tactics most of the time. It is about pattern recognition and avoiding the huge strikes that attack massively, or how to navigate around it. Sometimes it's easier, for a player to accept the hit if they can accept it, and then just kind of play carefully after that because they know that it might not be an attack that they do too often. Bit of a risk, but yeah, it just kind of worked out. In the end, though, I managed to beat him, thankfully, after a couple of hours of playing it. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with this demo and this fight in particular. I thought it was really well done fight. He doesn't have like moves that are just impossible to avoid. They just take a little bit of practice, right? And I just found that really kind of good. That's a good boss battle for me personally. The actual gameplay was pretty smooth. I was playing it in performance mode. This is on PS5, by the way. So the resolution is just using the capture on PS5, so it's not great. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a smooth experience. I kept to the default sword here. I didn't change weapons, none of that loadout stuff. I never changed anything. Even the skills, I just left it as it is. I was determined to take Lu Bu down like this, and I did it. So 3 minutes, 20 seconds for the Lu Bu fight. Overall, yeah, good experience. I think I will get the full game.